Horror Cynic here with Tablet Time Reviews. When there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Well, obviously, since this is the real world, you're going to want to call the police. But if you lived in this particular universe, you'd call the Ghostbusters. And this is Ghostbusters for the iOS by Beeline Interactive. If you're other reviews, then you'll know I thought this game was pretty much just a pile of rubbish. It's dull, it's repetitive, it controls very poorly, and it has a very high focus on in-app purchases. And it's definitely not something that I found very appealing, and I doubt that many other people would or should find very appealing. Let's go over some of the things here on the main screen. Just a quick note. You can see here, these four, those are the movie Ghostbusters. And obviously, they don't look a lot like the actual actors from the film. I mean, I can definitely see what they're going for, but it's sort of about it. Anyway, options is very limited. You can turn sound on and off, you can turn notifications on and off, you can reset the game, and you can verify your birth date, which is a new thing that Beeline added fairly recently. I'm not sure why. I think it has just something to do with statistics or whatnot. I didn't understand. It's like, because this is not a game that, has a lot of things that kids should avoid. It's pretty child-friendly, apart from the trying to rip you off with in-app purchases. There's help, which just explains in a very long text document all about the game and the things you're supposed to do. Notice they didn't bother to match the font there for the added-on rules. Interesting. And More Games takes you to the Beeline website. So let's just jump right into play. I will say, though, one of the few things I liked about this game, it looks very nice and it sounds very nice. It uses a lot of music that is sort of indicative of the original film. And as I mentioned in the review, I loved the first Ghostbusters movie. I am crazy about it. It is one of my favorite films of all time. Arguably one of the best comedies of all time. There's no argument. What am I saying arguably for? It's one of the best comedies of all time. There's no debate. Anyway, this is sort of the world map. You can go here. You can see this is the main sort of tower where you have to... The objective is to move up each floor in the tower. To move up the floors, you have to have a certain amount of slime. And eventually you have to get to the top and beat the boss. They're pretty basic. You get slime through certain sort of jobs. Like you can see here, if I click on the empty silhouette, it has 2 slime and 6,500 cash as a reward. And I'll go into that more in a second. You can also see there are various other jobs. Green, if the green telephone means they're easy, yellow telephone means somewhat more difficult, red telephone means they're very hard. But let's go to the Ghostbusters HQ. Oh, actually, I should first mention some of the things on the screen. The home button at the very top, that takes you back to the main screen. Then there's the amount of cash you have. There's the amount of power cores you have, which is your super currency. There's the amount of energy you have. Next to that, the lightning bolt. That's something I absolutely loathe, by the way. In any game is this limited energy. I have never seen a game do it well. It's just a way to limit play and force people to pay to keep playing the game. It's an obnoxious thing that I wish people would get rid of. I wish game developers would just scrap it entirely. I'm okay with in-app purchases. I don't like my gameplay being stopped for you to try to make an extra buck. And energy does come back over time. I think they said in the rules it's one energy every 35 seconds. So it's not a terrible rate of regeneration as compared to other games, but still, the fact that it's in there and all is very odious. Star, that's your sort of the power rating of your team, I believe. Then next to that is the amount of slime you have. This checklist, this shows the sort of objectives, other objectives you had to get, completing a certain amount of busts, and doing certain things. And then we have the test tubes here. This is going to take you to your research. And you see, I've successfully researched some things. I got the used proton pack. I leveled it up. and now it has a very nice looking beam, and it'll get an even better beam next time. It's more powerful, so that's good. All blasters have been equipped with this item. I'll go into that more in a second. There are 3 types of Ghostbusters. Now I can choose a new project. As you can see here, sorry, I sort of jumped ahead. I'm now in the Ghostbusters HQ itself. You can research it. It'll show the cost of it. You can auto-research requires a certain amount of power cores. And then you can view various tech tiers. This is the slime blower. I can level that up for 27 thou. Well, I can't because I don't have that much. The med gun, or the MED gun. This is the sort of the healing ray. There's proton pack, and then there's the various armors that your characters have. We are going to choose a new project if we can. Let's research the scientist armor. And that's, yeah, everything in this game takes a certain amount of time. This is going to take 4 hours. So that's a bit obnoxious. You can see here we are now in Ghostbusters HQ. We have some more research to take care of. We were looking at tech. This is now research. This is where you get sort of bonus items and whatnot. An alien probe stick, which increases your attack power, or a magical amulet that increases Medwand power and healing power. So, not really much we can do here. We need to get to more tower floors to unlock stuff, so let's just research the pocket watch. And I could probably finish that off with 1 power core, but I'll wait. Also, a few more things on the... Hey, Slimer. One more thing. Okay, 2 more things. One, the arrow next to the towers, that takes you back to the map. And then there's this sort of blaster-looking button in the lower right-hand corner. This is your the shop, where you can go to get equipment. You purchase equipment with either money or power cores. Obviously, the stuff you purchase with power cores is going to be better. Where you go to get new Ghostbusters. You can see you can get the original Ghostbusters, but they all cost 50 power cores. And let me put that in your perspective for you. Resources. This is where you can go to get more power cores. 50 power cores is $5. So if you want to get all 4 Ghostbusters, that's $20. That's if you're just going to do it like in that increment. You could always just go for the $10 version, I guess. But still, that is not a good price. That is just not acceptable. Actually, hang on. I'm not really good at math. No, it's going to be $20 either way, because it costs 50 power cores a piece. You'd either need to buy the $4.99 one 4 times, or the $9.99 one twice. So yeah, not a good deal. And that's not even getting into the other things you can buy, like this equipment over here, the permanent attack power increase, or the permanent wand power increase, or almost all the furniture you get here. And almost all the furniture gives you some sort of bonus. Like the dancing toaster gives you money every 24 hours. The fridge, the Zool fridge, gives you a 50% attack power bonus for all Ghostbusters on the next bust. The only thing that costs money is the decorative dartboard with Walter Peck's face on it, which serves no purpose other than to be decorative. And there are things that are on sale. Well, no, there's not actually anything on sale. Anyway, Slimer's here. You can click on Slimer and you'll get a daily reward. And if you click on him every day, you'll get an increasing reward. And it's, something to keep you coming back, even though you really shouldn't want to come back. Nothing on that floor. Here we have the main floor of the Ghostbusters headquarters. You can adjust the team going out if you click on the Ecto 1. You can have Ghostbusters in reserve. You can have the Ghostbusters that are going out. And then down in the basement, obviously, we have the Tobin Spirit Guide and the Ghost Repository. You can see, you can look at all the various ghosts. You got Slimer, you got frogs and clinic volunteers, and a couple we have not found yet, like the Fat Puker. And go back up. Now let's look at some of the stats of our Busters themselves. You can see they have their name, they have what they do. There's 3 classes. There's the Wrangler, which is sort of the close-up tank. He uses the slime blower from the second film. I have not seen the second film in almost 10 years, I want to say. I don't remember if I liked it or not. I think I liked it, but then again, I was like 15 or so. Then there's the Scientist, which is basically your medic, fragile but can heal the other busters. And then there's the Blaster, which is the long-range attacker. A little more fragile than the Wrangler, but much more powerful at a longer range. And then you can select equipment for them. You can see what equipment they already have. You can see their attack and defense. You can look at their profile, which is, it's a nice little snippet about them. And this is another thing, a little thing I do like, because it's different for each of the busters. They are sort of their own individuals. One of them I actually think is, she's actually semi-related to one of the actual busters, which is a nice trick. And then they have abilities, which they can go up to the higher abilities by blasting and catching ghosts. And they all have different sort of things they can do. There's double damage, there's a particle chain. For example, this is a blaster. And then there's a proton storm. It depends on the role, what their abilities do. And also on the character, because you can see that Joel, who is a blaster, has completely different abilities from the other blaster. He has a stun grenade, a protocopter, and a copter swarm, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go out and let's bust some ghosts. Who are you gonna call, indeed? Alright, so it looks like we got 4 easy jobs here. So let's go and head to the university and we'll collect some slime. You can add to their equipment from there, although it immediately moves you into the inventory screen, which is not at all convenient. Just more problems with the game. Not happy about that. So anyway, we'll go back. Change locations. Alright, anyway, you can change team. You can adjust it from there. But let's just get, as you can see, something I forgot to mention, on the description of the job itself, you can see the star, which is the relative powered level, and how it compares to the power level of your team. Then it'll say whether it's easy, normal, or hard. There's the rewards, and then there's the amount of energy it will take. Occasionally, you'll also get the Destroyer, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, will show up as a limited 1-day event. And you can beat him, and it'll recharge in an hour, and so you can fight him basically all day, and it'll give you various rewards, including power cores eventually. But basically, yeah, it's just a boss grind, and it's not at all entertaining. Somebody see a ghost? Alright, you move them by pressing and dragging on them. And we're immediately being attacked here. And so we're going to trap them. We got the double trap bonus. In order to heal, you drag from the medic to another one of the characters, or you can drag to themselves if the medic's actually been hit. Why are they immediately getting... Wow, I must be drastically overpowered for this, because they're just getting one little blast on them, and it's wiping them out. But all the ghosts do sort of different things, or they're supposed to. This is weird. Are you gonna attack me, big guy? You're just gonna... Is this glitched? Is this seriously glitched? No, he's... he tried to attack. That was an attack. I should not be... Oh, I guess it's because of the upgraded gun. The upgraded gun, it's so powerful that they're immediately just wiping out the ghosts. I was very confused there. I thought, did I break the game? That would be disappointing. Anyway, I got some slime there. Unfortunately, that, I think, is the only job at the moment that offers slime. All the rest of these are money. It's the school, the apartment, and the alley. So let's just go back to the university. And I'll go to one of the other places in just a second. But like, I forgot I upgraded it, and it's a little bit of a disappointment because it's hardly a challenge anymore. My blasters can just immediately take stuff down. It's like the other two are like, did we even need to come here? Or couldn't we be off on a break? But yeah, you can also use the tank, the Wrangler to draw aggro. He's usually the slime blower draws the most aggro of anything. Oh, we got a new type kind of ghost, which means we should have a new type of research. And we completed a reward, earning a certain amount of money. Let us check. Now we can look at the spirit guide and what our new ghostie is. The amoeba. Who said single-celled organisms need to be small? And we have another thing we can... Oh no, it's just the next stage of the money-making scheme. Achievement. And if we go into Ghost... Now what the heck, we gotta know. Let's finish it now. Yep. Speed up research. Okay. Yeah. That'll be part of the alien probe stick. As soon as you get a bunch more of those guys, it'll be able to research that. In your equipment, we have the pocket watch. Increases attack power by 1. You can use it for 3 bursts, or you can get it for 2,000. So, I think I'll go on one more bust, since they're all sort of the same, and it's really anticlimactic now that I have the upgraded blasters. We really ain't afraid of no ghosts now, because the ghosts can barely touch us. If your busters get knocked down, I forgot to mention, they will get slimed. It's like in the movie. And something I haven't really been able to show off because I haven't really been in any sort of danger. When things get particularly frantic, it can become pretty difficult to sort of coordinate. Like, I'll show, if you get close enough, it can be sort of hard to click the precisely right person. I did not explain that well, and it's hard to show off now that I'm just wiping the floor with the ghosts. If I had known that the new research would have done that, I wouldn't have researched it. It is completely derailed some of the things I was talking about. It makes it very difficult to show when the ghosts last 2 seconds. My busters can just stand there and ho hum, bzzz, trap. Anyway. But yeah, just show. In order to get to the next floor, I need 8 slimes, so I need to do the university twice more. And it is actually getting more difficult, but I'm still way overpowered for it. And it's just, this is what the game is. It's just a long grind, and then followed by long periods of waiting for your energy to recharge or whatever. Unless, of course, you are throwing around money like there's no tomorrow, which I would not recommend because this game does not deserve it. So yeah, that's been Ghostbusters for the iOS. It is a remarkably poor example of a game for the iOS, and it's just a terrible licensed product. And considering how much I love the Ghostbusters movie, it makes me really disappointed. No, I did like the Ghostbusters 2009 title that came out across multiple platforms. I played that and I enjoyed the hell out of it. But this is just like so dull and so clunky and so focused on getting your money that there is really no reason why anyone should get this. It's just a total disappointment. So yeah, I've been Poor Cynic with Tyrant Reviews. Ta-ta and farewell. For more reviews, both written and recorded, go to www.tablettyrant.com. That's www.tablettyrant.com.